is Minnesota Timberwolves, currently ranked 7th in the Western Conference at 37-29, fresh off of a beatdown of the Trailblazers last night. Joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show right now is the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Chris Finch. How are you, Chris?
I'm great, Rich. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Are you a Seahawk fan or anything? Just gonna take that stab. I know you spent a lot of time over in the UK and over in Europe, getting your coaching career settled. But I just decided to take that stab to start off this interview.
No, I'm actually a diehard Eagles fan. Grew up outside Philadelphia, but
okay.
I'll tell you what. How difficult is the AFC West right now?
Did you think you'd come on this show to break down the AFC West for just even a split moment? But at any rate.
Well, it might be my favorite sport, so I'm happy to talk about it.
Okay, but you're from the Philly area, huh? Is that where you're from?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania, which is about 40 miles outside. So.
Okay, so did you spend a lot of time in the Spectrum back in the day for you?
I did spend a lot of time. Actually, used to go down. I worked with Kevin McHale for 5 years in Houston as an assistant, and I always told Mac, I was like, I used to boo the heck out of you on Sunday afternoons down at the Spectrum. He said, yeah, you and about 16,000 other people.
But those are the days, right? Dr. J, the zinc on the microphone, right? The zinc?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Dr. Zinkoff.
Oh, that's right. I remember that back. My brother went to the Wharton School of Business in Penn. He took me to a game of the Spectrum back in the day. It was one of my favorite NBA moments, And now, obviously, you have got a heck of a young team right now. What is your challenge to keep these kids playing the way that they are? Maybe get yourself out of a play-in situation and move forward this year.
Yeah, the biggest challenge is continue to grow and improve through successful moments. Young teams, it's great to have success, but it's all relative, right? We're anywhere near the finished product. We know we're part of a process, so keeping them focused and just really taking it step by step and understanding, you're going to still have some inconsistency with the young roster, but we've been really fortunate to have Karl-Anthony Towns leading us with an all-NBA caliber season, and his consistency has allowed us to kind of, settle into a groove here.
Well, what'd you think of his three-point victory at the All-Star game? Because I really liked what he had to say afterwards about trying to break the mold and try to show folks that don't judge a book, I guess, by its height, right? And I kind of dig that. And I'm wondering what you see on a daily basis that might actually echo those sentiments, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, he's often referred to as one, the best shooting big man in the game. I think he's one of the best shooters in the game, period. Watching it every day, it's effortless. He has incredible range because of his size and his strength. He's able to get it up over anybody. I mean, there's not many contested shots that he even takes. We've been encouraging him to take more just because he shoots at such a great clip, and it sets up everything else he does. It's really, I think the game is in an incredible place right now. You have these skilled big guys leading the charge, whether it's Embiid or Jokic, Giannis, you can throw in there too. We've moved way past the days where big guys are just back to the basket and plodding around the floor. These guys are, microcosms of an offense all to themselves.
Chris Finch, Minnesota Timberwolves head coach, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Anthony Edwards' talent is out of this world, and it also seems, on occasion, from the outside looking in, that he lives on his own planet as well, figuratively. You got a good story for me on that second part, Coach? What do you got for me?
I mean, the things that you guys see him say and do are, it's basically that's life with Anthony. The great part about him, and he's the real deal. He's a very mature kid. Even though he comes off sometimes super cocky and calm.
Uh-oh. Did you just lose him, huh?
I think we.
You want to pop him back on?
Right when he's getting to one of our favorite players.
I know that. You there, Coach?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we lost you. You said
sorry.
No, yeah. Start again about Anthony Edwards. You said that he's real deal.
He is. I said he's the real deal with his talent. and his potential and the things that you guys have had a window in to see, that some of the crazy things he may say. The great thing about Anthony is he has a maturity about him that most young kids don't have, and that confidence is not driven by insecurity. It's very self-aware. He knows where he is in his development curve. He knows he wants to be a great player. He also, he's highly coachable and responds well to adversity. So these are all things that you want in a young player, certainly a young player with star talent.
Well, is there something where you couldn't believe he didn't know about, or something? I guess my favorite one of those is when my friend Mark Laurie, by the way, who's got a big heart, and he helps run my 40-yard dash for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and the ownership group, the new ownership group, took over. He had no idea who Alex Rodriguez was. He had no clue.
Oh, no. Yeah, we had our last road trip of the season last year was down to, we had a Florida swing, so we gave him an A-Rod jersey, before we left.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Anthony came over to me once in a game, and he said to me, he goes, I need to learn how to take a charge. I said, yeah, I guess.
What does that mean?
Incredible what these guys come to the. Yeah, he didn't know. He's never taken a charge in his life. He just never, they come to the league so raw. Sometimes you forget that, and just some of the fundamentals and the basics that you think we're all taught when we grow up playing the game. Right now it's different. If you're average, one and done player, think about the last time he might have been really coached or taught anything. It's probably a number of years ago.
So you didn't have to teach him what the semicircle was, right? You didn't have to go there, right? No.
You couldn't pull that off in today's practice environment. So.
Oh my God! Just wow, that is incredible. He's so talented, though. You've got a real talented group in front of you, and I'm wondering if. Do you ever catch yourself just looking at that, again, not lost in the X's and O's or anything like that, where you just can sit back and go, I got myself a possible, a good team and a winner here. You got that.
Yeah, I think for sure. I lucked into a situation that had good young talent and some established talent too with D'Angelo and Karl. And so now, we don't have to be reliant simply on first or second year players, and they can kind of develop in their own time. And it's been fun to watch them grow for sure. And, and take to the winning and the competing and just trying to get a mindset that where we go out every night and we expect to win, which is not always where this franchise has been. So not every job you walk into has these type of players, but I was fortunate enough to have it, and they've been great in allowing me to coach them and respond to the things we're asking them to do.
What's the best team you've seen played against? Most challenging team, I guess, so far this year.
Yeah, Phoenix is just they're just a finished product. They have it all. They have the depth, the experience. Obviously, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, the explosiveness. They got they can hurt you inside. That's probably the most consistently high-level team we've seen. We were fortunate or unfortunate, I guess, to play Philly on the Harden debut. We got
that's right.
By the way, 20 there.
Nice little hello from your hometown, huh?
Right, exactly.
Right.
So to me, they look real. They look like the real deal too. Having worked with James in Houston for a number of years, you can tell when he's locked in, engaged, and playing at a high level. And just Embiid is dominant on both sides of the ball. It's been a long time since we played Milwaukee, but I'm still a big believer in them as well.
So yeah, you've obviously the West is quite a gauntlet, but what do you tell your guys about the possibilities this year? Do you use the word championship? How do you go about that with them?
No, we don't. We talk openly about the playoffs. We want to be in the playoffs. That's our goal. That's been our stated goal from the beginning of the season, and we haven't shied away from that. I think it's important to have something you really push for. Helps you frame and break down the season into kind of digestible goals. If you talk about an 82-game season, how do you even approach that when you're trying to map it out for your players? It's just too big. But you can break it down into small parts. You relate those parts to a goal. Our goal happens to be the playoffs, and we can get there by finishing in the top six, or we can get there by the play-in route. We don't really care, but either way, our season's been mostly successful, and we want to finish it off in style, so to speak. And that's step one for us. When you get to the playoffs, it's really about matchups. You can get a few rounds here and there, but we know we're a team on the grow, and that's going to take a couple years to be, considered a championship level team.
Coach, appreciate the time greatly. Look for my call as you advance towards the playoffs, and hopefully for you, make it. Let's do that again. Thanks for the call.
Appreciate you having me on. Thanks, guys.
You got it. That's the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves right here on the Rich Eisen Show, Chris Finch, right here on the program. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.